We have been blessed to be able to travel several European countries in recent years.
We wanted to share some of our cultural and food experience with our fellow adventurers.
It was a bit intimidating at first when we traveled abroad, but we did lots of research ahead of time.
We learned to step outside our comfort zone and try local and traditional foods along the way.
Our recent trip took us through several Central European and Mediterranean locales.
We hope you enjoy this taste of Europe. Our first stop was a short layover in Amsterdam.
Although known for canals and coffee shops, there is much more to Amsterdam.
Be sure to take in some of the wonderful art museums, Rembrandt House, and Anne Frank House.
On a side note, be sure to take full advantage of Europe's great metro systems.
Here we are down on Dam Square in Amsterdam. Here's the city parliament building.
We highly
And the new Kirk and Dam Square behind us.
In a China-style bicycle ride.
It's pretty busy down Dam Square, pretty touristy, but once you get off those Dam Square, you can really see some really quaint locations in Amsterdam. Recommend a canal boat ride. Really gets you oriented. You gotta see take use of the metro system here. You won't want to have a car in Amsterdam for sure. The metro gets you everywhere. And like us, we're with. I'm sorry. What's your name, sir? Jose's giving us a ride for some fun, and it's an experience here. It's don't have a car. It's either Metro or Jose.
Although not famous for food, there are a few gems if you look hard.
The upstairs Pancakenhuis is one of those gems. It is a tiny restaurant upstairs of a private owner's flat.
The quaint little place only takes reservations within 7 days, and I highly recommend you do so.
The Dutch pancakes are thicker than crepes, but thinner than American pancakes.
They come with a variety of toppings and are delicious.
Here in Amsterdam, they eat bitterballs. Just about every restaurant serves these. They're like deep fried gravy with veal bits in it. It's really good with this Amstel Radler. It like has orange flavor. Look at the inside there.
We then hopped on over to Budapest, Hungary. Hungary is a land steeped in conflict.
From occupations by the Ottoman Turks to the turbulent and destructive years of World War II and the lockdown of the communists.
Hungary has seen a lot of turbulent change in its history since the fabled Turlberg dropped its sword along the Danube River, marking the new home of the nomadic Huns over 1,000 years ago.
Hungarian food is unique as its people. Beef, pork, and chicken make up most of the diet.
Hungarian goulash is really a soup, and unlike other goulashes across Europe. And of course, paprika is a primary ingredient in many recipes.
Paprika comes in several varieties from sweet to spicy. When looking for restaurants, be sure to explore outside your comfort zone to find local favorites.
Here we are in Budapest still. These old buildings, a lot of them were turned in what they call ruin pubs. And they're just old, decrepit buildings that inside of them they turn them into pubs. Some goulash at the ruin pub.
Local fairs and festivals may offer traditional foods like kirkos. a flaky pastry cooked over an open fire and covered with cinnamon and sugar.
Orlengos, just like our Indian fry bread here in America, topped with onions, sour cream, and cheese.
Here is a typical Hungarian dish: paprika chicken with dumplings or steak with beans.
Central Europe is not the best place for vegetarians. The diet is very heavy in meats.
The Danube River, we're on the Pest side, and that's the Buda side. That's what we're doing tomorrow.
Very, very, very romantic place.
Hungary is actually a very warm country, and they make some great wines. A side trip to Eger took us into the wine region of Hungary.
Eger is famous for repelling and attack body odditums in the 17th century. The fortification still exists, and you can check them out.
Eger is also famous for some wines. Egri Balavar is the white, and Bull's Blood is famous red here. Is Judy having some Bull's Blood?
Then we turned west and took a drive to Vienna, Austria. Austria also has a mix of cultural influences, from German to Czech.
Vienna historically was the power center for the Habsburg Empire, which ruled Central Europe for over 600 years.
Be sure to take in many of the cultural offerings in Vienna. Visit one of the Habsburg palaces, one of the many museums, and certainly take in an opera.
There are some unique food offerings in Vienna you may also want to try.
Try some of the torts, apple strudel, or pastries with some Viennese coffee. Coffee is prepared many different ways in Vienna, and most cafes have detailed menus.
The Viennese cafes are not like Italy, where you're in and out in a rush. You have to sit down, relax, and enjoy your coffee and pastry.
Okay, this is the famous Sacher Torte here in Austria at the Cafe Sacher, and there's some apple strudel here in Vienna. Two things they're famous for.
I suggest trying an authentic and traditional schnitzel, usually made of pork or chicken. They are delicious with a bit of lemon and a small side of German-style potato salad.
We went to the famous Figgemüller, and I strongly recommend a reservation.
Schnitzel at Figgemüller. It's so big I can't even get it in the shot.
Also be sure to stop by a Wurzel stand. They are scattered throughout Vienna.
Sample the various options of some great sausages.
On the outskirts of Vienna, you can also visit a Heringer that has local fresh foods and their favorite local wine. Then we took a drive over to Prague in the Czech Republic.
The Slavic people of this area also have a complicated history and language, but they take great pride in their food and traditions.
Prague is a great city as it avoided much of the damage inflicted upon Central Europe during World War II.
Czech food is again heavy in meats. Here is a typical traditional Czech meal.
Having some more Czech food. Beef goulash with dumplings and potato pancakes. Judy's having the beef stroganoff and rice. So we'll see how this is.
Be sure to try a pint of Czech Pilsner. It is much better than American Pilsner in my opinion.
Czech absinthe is also famous. Maybe not as good as French absinthe, but offered in many varieties and worth a go.
Visit an absinthe bar or store and have it served in a traditional manner with cold water over a sugar cube. We are on Charles Bridge. There's the Letaba River back there.
Filled with lots of swans back there.
Walk around so you can see the whole bridge.
And different artisans on the bridge selling paintings and different handmade jewelry. Then we took a flight over to Dalmatian coast area of Croatia with a visit to Split and Dubrovnik, in addition to the beautiful coastline of the Adriatic.
The Slavic culture of Croatia is also very unique and has some great food and cultural offerings.
We're in Split.
We're in Split, Croatia. Behind us there is the beginning of Diocletian's palace. A big palace from the 4th century that was built by Emperor Diocletian as his retirement home, where he said he was going to come here and just do some gardening. But we're gonna go explore it. It's pretty big. We're told that some of the modern stuff is built inside of it, stores and stuff.
Croatia food is unique, but certainly shares some Italian influence. Pasta, gnocchi, and of course seafood are the primary fares.
Canobo corto, gnocchi and prawns. Spaghetti.
Very thick spaghetti.
The drive from Split to Dubrovnik hugs the beautiful coastline of the Mediterranean.
It also presented an opportunity to stop at small local farms and markets to sample some of the local products.
Olive oil, fruit alcohols, olives, tangerines, wine, and candied orange peels are all fresh and local.
This is gorgeous. Definitely want to come back again one day, hopefully. Feeling very grateful and happy we can walk all those walls, the border of this city, big time, with these gorgeous, beautiful views. Dubrovnik is not only famous for being a primary film location of the TV series Game of Thrones, but also offers many festivals, art exhibits, and shops.
Typical food again includes a lot of seafood, like this delicious seafood plate of squid, shrimp, and local fish.
The Taj Mahal restaurant in Dubrovnik offers some great Bosnian food.
Pastry-type croquettes with spinach and feta with baked potato.
Or ravioli-like pasta and cream sauce, one of the best meals we had in Croatia.
We took a side trip wine tasting tour that took us across the border into Trebinje, Serbia.
Croatia and Serbia make some great wines. It's also really a hidden gem of wine region.
Being at the same latitude as Italy, the wines are excellent and worth sampling. Each area takes pride in its offerings.
We visit a winery in Trebinje at an Eastern Orthodox monastery.
We jumped over the Adriatic to Rome and spent our layover with quick visits through Rome, Pompeii, and the Amalfi Coast. Positano on the Amalfi Coast.
The roads,
The
we made it
road.
so far we haven't gone over yet, so we're doing okay. The Amalfi Coast is famous for ceramics and lemons. Be sure to pick up a bottle of their famous limoncello liqueur.
Rome is a cultural hub of art, and there are a myriad of churches and museums and squares packed with artwork.
Additionally, food in Rome is also a work of art. Simple dishes with few ingredients, with light sauces, and prepared to perfection.
Note that many pasta dishes here are also prepared al dente.
Okay, we're here in Rome right now, in the Jewish ghetto area. We were recommended to come down the street and to several really good restaurants, so we're just trying it out. Tagliatelle with pepper, and that's spaghetti bolognese with some good Italian wine. Very good. In this restaurant is Il Giardino Romano in the Jewish ghetto district. This is a dessert tray of samples of various cakes that they make right here.
But they're big sample pieces.
But our dinner was absolutely delicious, something I look forward to in Italy.
We visit the famous Armando's restaurant near the Pantheon. Again, you really need to make a reservation ahead of time.
Again, it is amazing how delicious these simply prepared traditional pasta dishes are. I can never find food quite like this in America.
And of course, a visit to Rome would not be complete without some delicious gelato.
Look for gelato that is not too fluffy and has natural colors.
The second
Here
time,
we are, ending our trip in Roma for the
Right
Colosseum.
for the Coliseum. We're doing a walk tonight on our last night before we head back to the U.S.
It's been a wonderful 3-week trip through Central Europe, ending down at the Mediterranean, and great food, great time.
And the best company in the universe.
Absolutely. Arrivederci.
Drove